Hey guys, it's Ramicus from Kingdom 716 here. Just looking to make a few videos to help some less experienced players or players looking to develop their game a little bit further. So this is the first of the instalments. I hope you get something from it, and yeah, we'll see how we go and see if there's any interest in any more videos. So the key thing at the moment that I am seeing, particularly within 716, is the amount of people that don't fully understand what their stats do. Okay, so I'm just going to pull up a report here. So here we go. So here we've got a report. It's against a dead castle, so you know it's not going to affect anyone. But you can see my stats here, and I can tell you straight away there are a number of people that have got 12k top stats, and then in this mid-range they have 23, 24, 25k stats. However, following doing camp battles with them, so 100 troops each, on the tile so nobody loses anything, I am hands down beating the vast majority of people, and it's all to do with these critical bits of statistics here. So you've got army damage, infantry damage, cavalry damage, distance damage. Artillery less important because people just don't use artillery other than to bulk up their power and fill the castle, do a bit of farming, but that's a story for another time. In short, this is where I am beating people. Okay, so quite often I'm seeing these people, they've got these massive middle stats where they're 23, 24, 25k even. However, when you'll go into their damage stats are 210%. If my distance stats of 336% is going up against 210%, I'm going to win. And it's not going to be a close fight, I'm going to win easily. Okay? The analogy that I use for this is, it doesn't matter how hard you hit somebody with a pillow, so how hard you're hitting them, those middle stats, the 25k stats, if you're hitting them with a pillow, i.e. those damage stats being really low, it's not going to do anything. However, if you just give somebody a little love tap with a hammer, i.e. you've got lower middle stats, so 15, 16, 17k stats, however the damage stats are huge and are maxed out as much as you possibly can, you're going to do far more damage with that hammer than you are with the pillow. And this is the mentality that people need to understand. We need to get these damage stats as high as it is possible. Okay, so if I now show you how to increase your damage stats. Okay, so first and foremost, let's go to seeking. Right, so as you can see here, with certain bits of equipment, as long as it's all equipped for that particular set, you can get these increases to your damage stats for the army. Now, army has an effect on every single troop type, so that one's really critical. So there's your army damage there. Okay, so that's that one. But you can also increase it by maxing this up to level 30 and increasing the glory banners up to that maximum level 30, and that gives you a further 28.5% there. In addition to that, you can also go to your creation, and if we go to the talents and explosive, you will see that you have troop damage here, which is army damage again. Okay, so that gives you an extra 5% there, I believe. So that's that. Right, next stage, you then have the individual troop type damages. Okay, so there are again a couple of different ways of being able to improve this. Okay, the majority of people seem to have a cavalry bias, so to increase your cavalry damage, this is in your embassy, and again, if you max up your embassy up to level 30 and put all the glory banners up to that level 30 in there, that will achieve that for you. It's the same for infantry, that is in the forge, and distance is in your tower. Okay, so that's those sections. However, and this is where again a lot of people fail. So you've got your airship here. Okay, if you go into the different sections, so this for example, into your cannons, click on this one, you can see that one of the benefits that you get is increased distance damage for your optimised barrel there. Okay, you can then further increase that still by intensity gear, and you can see by putting better and better intensity gear in there, you will again add to your distance damage. Okay, so in terms of the other couple of troop types, there you go, there's your cavalry damage, so you can increase that there. Now, and then there's your infantry damage there as well. Okay, now for each 10 levels you go up on the airship, this is increasing the damage for the various troop types. Okay, so what I tend to do is I tend to solely work on, so I'm very much a distance focused attack, so I therefore made sure that cannons was the first one that I did, and I got my cannons up to level 80 first, because that is going to give me the best results for the army that I have composed. If you were cavalry, for example, you would go to engines first and take that from 70 to 80, okay, and then work on these intensity gears to max the damage there and get the most that you possibly can. Okay, intensity gears give you huge benefits. So for example, my distance damage went from, I think it was about 360, it's now 336, so it makes a big difference. But my point is, focus on one and get that to jump up to the next 10 stage. Okay, so once I finish off the hull and the engine, my next step will be I will max out the cannons at level 90. I won't spread it around just because it's going to get me little increments spread across the 4. I'll focus on one and just keep on hammering that. Okay, now in terms of intensity gears, you can get these in a number of places. Okay, you occasionally get them in the marketplace. Let's demonstrate that. And lo and behold, it's going to try and prove me out a liar, but you will periodically get those in there. Okay, in addition to that, you have the Alliance store, where you have intensity gears in here, as you can see. So there's one, but you can purchase more in the store. So there you go, there's purple ones there, blue ones. Okay. So that's that one, but you also have the Hero store. You get them in there as well. And then also you get them in here. So there you go. So if you get your expedition up to a good level, you'll also get your intensity gears in there. And as I say, these give you massive steps up in terms of the attributes that you can do. So, increasing the level of your airship is something that you don't have to pay for. It's something that you can just do by grinding out. So, you have got your threats that you can do, which gives you precision parts, as you can see in the bottom left there. They will do your little levels in between the 10, and then for the final stage of the 10, they come in chests. So you've got a golden chest there, and you get these purple and golden chests that you open up, and they will give you scrolls. So if I go back to the airship again, so for example, engine, this one's stuck on 79 on account of I have insufficient scrolls at the moment. You can buy them, but for those free-to-play players, you can just grind it out by doing these red guard rallies. Okay, so these stats will massively increase with your airship. Okay, so when you're doing your kingdom raids, when you're doing your Darklands against much older kingdoms, you will find that their stats are a lot bigger because of the airship. A lot of the other things, you're on a par with them, but the older kingdoms will have developed their airships more. Okay, so if you grind that, and I mean seriously work on it, you will be able to catch them up relatively quickly. But it takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, and you really need to eke out every little increment you can via your stamina. You can of course increase the amount of stamina that you get, or the regeneration of your stamina, through the academy, this building here. But you can also do it through your Lord talents up in your skills tree. Okay. So they're just a few pointers, but damage seriously will jump you ahead of a lot of people, and it just gives you a lot more bang for your buck. A lot of the things you can do them, and it doesn't cost you. It is just a case of being regimented in terms of doing the threats, doing the red guard rallies in order to get those parts for the airship. And then in terms of the glory banners, it's slow, but just be practical about where you're placing them. Think about where you're placing them. Oh, but this is going to give me more power. Ignore that. Put it all on your damage until you've maxed it out to those level 30s. And honestly, you'll see the benefits of it. You really will. Because damage is head and shoulders above any other statistic on the game in terms of importance. So in recent kingdom raids, I have been able to burn castle level 41s. Now, I'm a level 32. That in theory shouldn't be able to happen, but because those damage stats are so high and not every player is aware of the importance of them, it means that you can jump ahead of them. So guys, I'm hoping that this video has been of use to you, and if it has, let me know and I'll see about producing some more for you. Okay guys?